Real talk. I did not feel like making my bed today, so I didn't, and it's my room, so who cares? I do love my bed though. I do want to talk about something that I've been just not avoiding, but I don't talk about very openly. And so this is part of having a vlog, if you will, and things of that nature. So I find myself not necessarily being an avoidant, but I've worked through a lot of things in therapy and have been able to pin down the what and the why and the how and what I need different in the future and what that looks like. Full circle, I was married to my girl's dad for over 20 years. We were in a relationship, connected for over 20 years. And in that time frame, I was always just bending over backwards to take care of his needs while he did some really awful things to me. It was just one chaotic obstacle after another. There's no other way to put it. And one day I'll spill the beans on what all the things were, but coming out as, them being transgender and things like that. So I tried to have compassion and care in the things that I did because I care about other humans. It's important to me, but also recognizing that the things that he did were not appropriate. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of it on that end. A lot of the ways that I can't even express it. So I fell into a place of becoming really hyper masculine, if you will, because for a long while, my life revolved around being the only caregiver to my kids, even though I was married. And most of it, let's be for real. For the longest time, he didn't know where their dentist, doctor, none of those things were. I'll never forget after I had my last baby, going to that first doctor's appointment after, and it had been snowing a copious amount in Utah, and I had all three kids, and I'm trudging in the snow, and I've got cookies for the doctor and stuff because he's been my doctor since I was 16, so I was friends with him and his wife, and we served on a board of directors together, and friends with everybody in the office. And I remember just feeling this is not how it's supposed to be, and what the hell, where's my partner? And the truth of the matter is my partner always chose meeting their needs and chasing whatever it was that they were seeking internally, rather than showing up for me externally and in ways that counted big, and that our girls were watching. It counted big for them. And so I found myself really falling into this hyper-masculine state of being for a long time. And still kind of there, but not, and really very much wanting to let that go and dive right into just my femininity and being soft and gentle and loved and all these other things. And so for those of you who don't know, I'm hyper flexible, hyper mobile. I have Ehlers-Danlos, so I'm all kinds of bendy. It's wild. Anyway, in my place now, I was going to Sam's Club today to get dog food, and I need windshield wiper fluid, which I forgot still, so I've still got to take care of that. And I think about all the ways that if I were to have asked my girl's dad for those things, even as just their dad and not in a partnership with me, he would most generally find a way to fetishize that and use it to his advantage. Anyhow, he would fetishize things when I would ask him for help, or he would put me in a position of feeling obligated in other ways. And I just don't want that in my life. So I'm not an avoidant, but I am definitely in a place of I don't think I ever want to be physically married again, on paper, willing to be in a partnership, but it really depends on the person. And I've learned that, people's flaws and mistakes that they made in their past certainly don't define them, just like mine do not myself. And I have things that are difficult to deal with. In fact, I love that I'm just kind of feisty. I'm a little firecracker sometimes. But I'm also very sweet and gentle and very loving and very, very, very warm and loving. And that's something I'm very proud of and very grateful for, that I had good examples of that in my life from my grandma, and mostly my grandma. My grandpa too, actually. Sometimes my mom, not really ever my dad. So that's where it comes in, that I want somebody who, last night when I was craving sushi, I want someone who wants to eat snacks with me and smile and laugh and touch and dance and do all those things without making it into something that's a personal benefit and gain for them. That's why I choose to stay in my singleness, because the truth of the matter is so many people do come at me with lustful comments and lustful things on that end. And if I absorbed every person's energy in that regard, I would be just littered with just fucking chaos. And I don't want that. I don't want to pick up the chaos of other people's things that they're not healing. You know what I mean? I want someone who's going to show up for me. I don't want to spend a ton of time with someone. I'll just be honest with you. I like a lot of alone time. I need a lot of alone time. I need time with my daughters. I need time just with myself and my thoughts. But I do definitely want my soft and gentle side to be more of what is present in my life and being. And I just struggle so hard with knowing that my worth is enough, and that is more than enough of my girls know that, and like they know that about themselves, but knowing that there's a lot of broken people out there, and so it's really hard to decipher what that looks like. And that's why I choose to just stay to myself. I choose to stay in celibacy. I had a really strong situationship for a long time, like, not gonna lie, and that worked for me, and it also helped me to heal in ways that I never expected or anticipated, actually, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I think a lot of you have to work on healing what's in there that's not working for you, so that you can present yourself to somebody in a way that doesn't hurt them. I don't want to bleed on people who didn't cut me, and I don't want you to bleed on me either. And I guess that's really the biggest thing. I don't want to light myself on fire to keep other people warm.